Hey there, and welcome to your Astrology Dispatch for the first quarter moon in tropical Capricorn at 7 degrees. Tropical Capricorn is Sidereal Sagittarius. And I want to start with where the moon is sitting in the constellation of Sagittarius, the spiritual warrior, the centaur, half man, half horse, pointing a bow and arrow that he's pulling back on the bow, pointing his arrow at the galactic center, the heart of the galaxy. So the moon at this time is right there in the bow area of the bow, near where the fletching of the arrow, which is the feathers that help the arrow fly straight. With the moon right there, we're talking about an amazing synchronicity because this moon is exactly in line with the asteroid Cupid, who is also an archer. What? It's like a multi-dimensional mirror of archers pointing arrows where, why, for what. What is Cupid aiming to see? What is Cupid aiming his arrow at? Cupid is going to trick somebody into becoming infatuated, where Sagittarius is pointing the arrow looking for the truth, the depth of wisdom. How do these two go together? What are the chances? The synchronicity is incredible. So, looking deeper into the symbolism, choosing to transfer my attention from Cupid, the Roman god, the little pudgy baby with the arrow making people infatuated, to his Greek equivalent, which is Eros. Eros is depicted as a full-grown male god of passion, of desire, of love. But if we look through the lens of Jungian psychology, Eros is actually the feminine principle, the principle of true psychic relatedness. This is a little different than the illusion of fusion that Cupid promises. So, this energy of Eros, this feminine principle, psychic relatedness, the deep desire, it's for passionate love, but on a far more expansive level than mundane romantic sexual illusion love. Eros is more this knowing of relatedness to all that is. It is this passionate way of existing that actually becomes, I think, what is referred to often as tantric. The senses, when they're opened up to the truth of the life within everything, the senses become very stimulated and excited because when we see everything as alive and imagine that we can form relationships to it, this is like making love to the whole world. Now, this first quarter moon is sitting where the bow is being pulled back, and there's this tension, right? It's required to pull back the arrow. If you've ever pulled back on a real bow, it requires strength. And it's an intensity, this tension holding the arrow that wants to fly. And that is part of the energy right now that is required. In order to aim correctly and have a good chance of hitting your mark, there's got to be this tension. But it's mindful, grounded tension, purposeful tension. And so if things seem really hard right now in some way, possibly you could look at it as just the tension required before the arrow flies. The arrow will fly at some point, and the tension will be released. It's only natural. But right now, Cupid, or Eros, we prefer, is sitting at right there, where the arrow, the fletching of the arrow connects to the bow. This is the seeking of relatedness that we desire. But what would happen if we shifted our consciousness into seeing the aliveness and beauty in all things? It's a very dangerous state to pursue. However, this archetype of relatedness, this archetype, which means it's a pattern. This true relatedness is a pattern that permeates the basic structure of the whole universe. And obviously, it's such a struggle for modern Western, especially humanity, which is all I can really speak to really feel that psychic relatedness that brings us home into the whole world. It's something that we're supposed to have as young children with our parents. But because of humanity and all of our issues, it's not always possible. It's actually very rarely possible that humans get that sense of presence and connectedness that baby humans seek. So we seek this throughout our lives, and we're convinced by the post-modern, neo-post fractured mind to seek this relatedness outside of ourselves. And the patterns of betrayal and destruction and the death of our innocence is within this paradigm. This Disney love BS that we've been sold and which our consciousness has been modeled on is actually a really powerful drug, and it has a cruel hangover. Well, if you can sustain your altered reality in service to this paradise of love that you've found, well, that's really great. That's so great for you. But there's also this higher consciousness available where there's a relatedness to self that is a foundation to the deeper relatedness that you seek in the world. Okay, so we're experiencing this quarter moon at 7 Capricorn in the tropical system. The Chandra symbol for this is a snake charmer. So if you visualize the snake charmers, magical, powerful, and also kind of shadowy sorcerer energy, how can you embody that power? What's in your psychic bag of tricks? You can play outlaw once in a while. Use your skills, of course, and only for the highest good, for the best purposes. But what about being a bit of a rascal with how you make your magic in this way? Because jumping out of a paradigm that has been embedded in the DNA of human development of the last hundreds of years means it's going to require actually a trickery of some kind. There's no easy way. But did you know the snake charmer charms the snake with movement, not with music? This is a bit of a deception. But hey, the snake looks like it's dancing. Why does it matter how? So what's in your psychic bag of tricks? Taking a deep breath. Noting this time in space of the first quarter moon in tropical Capricorn, in sidereal Sagittarius, waxing up to the full moon coming in a week. Feel the willful tension, which gives you the power to overcome obstacles in order to attain true connection to your own sweet heart and the heart of the galaxy. Connecting your heart to the heart of all that is healthy and good and supportive for your healing and your development. Watch out for that little Cupid. He's seductive, even a little bit malicious with his love darts. You be the snake charmer. Don't be the snake. You know who you are.